Will your baby get a bone malformation called rickets if you exclusively breastfeed and don't supplement with vitamin D? Well, vitamin D is crucial for bone and neurological development. In fact, some scholars theorize that the character Tiny Tim in Charles Dickens's novel A Christmas Carol may have been unable to walk because of rickets. After all, the polluted skies of 19th century London didn't allow much sunlight absorption, the primary source of vitamin D. Now, sunlight is the main source of vitamin D, but there are a few foods that have a substantial amount of vitamin D, like some types of fish and fish oil. Beef liver, egg yolks, and cheese contain small amounts of vitamin D. Mushrooms also contain vitamin D, but the content varies depending on the particular variety of mushroom. But women have been exclusively breastfeeding for thousands of years, and not every baby has developed rickets. So what gives? Well, most babies are able to synthesize enough vitamin D from routine sun exposure. However, the CDC has received a few rare reports of rickets in breastfed infants. Because of this, the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends a vitamin D supplement for exclusively breastfed babies. How much sunlight a person needs to have adequate vitamin D depends on a lot of factors. Approximately 90% of rickets cases in the United States occurred in African American children, possibly because darker skin pigmentation requires more sunlight to absorb sufficient vitamin D. But there are a lot of other risk factors, like spending most of the daylight hours indoors, daily use of sunscreen, living in higher latitudes with less sunlight, or in urban areas where pollution and buildings can decrease sun exposure. These are all risk factors for not having enough vitamin D from sun exposure. Now, a 1985 study found that 2 hours a week of sun exposure for a fully clothed infant without a hat maintained sufficient vitamin D levels. And the 2012 Muirwood study found that even 10 minutes a week outdoors was protective against vitamin D deficiency. But no standard recommendations have been made to account for all the different variables like skin pigmentation, climate, or fully clothed versus solely diapered babies. So, because there are no standard guidelines about vitamin D supplementation that account for the many variables involved, the current recommendation is that all exclusively breastfed babies be supplemented with 400 IUs of vitamin D every day. However, formula feeding doesn't guarantee high vitamin D levels either, since vitamin D levels in formula can vary between 40 and 100 IUs of vitamin D per 100 calories. This means a 6-month-old baby who is receiving only formula could be getting as little as 200 IUs a day of vitamin D.